Hello everyone, welcome to week 3 video session. So in this session we will cover 2 write-up assignments, and also we will talk about the study guide for the quiz number 3. Now to begin with, you will have 2 write-up assignments for this week. One is the variables activity and the other one is sampling activity. In the variables activity, you are going to open the research questions that you posted in the previous week and then identify what was the independent variable and what was the dependent variable in the research question, right? What was the variable that made the impact? What was the variable that get impacted, right? So, and then you are going to give your rationale for your response that demonstrates your understanding of IV and DV, that you know that what is independent variable, what is dependent variable, okay? So it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simple. You're going to tell me, for example, your research question is CBT effective reducing the depression rates among African American people? My independent variable will be CBT in this case, and my dependent variable will be depression rates, right? Because the one that is going to make the impact is CBT, it's the intervention, and then the one that's going to change as a result of that intervention is depression rates, which is the dependent variable in this case. So you are going to put this in an APA format and then going to submit the assignment. That's the first assignment. The second one is sampling activity. So here you will see a video from my previous class, one of the previous classes, that I'm talking about sampling strategies and research designs. You can use this as an additional source. You can listen that and try to understand different sampling strategies. In this sampling activity paper, you will provide, based on your research question, how you are going to recruit that sample. What will be your sampling strategy? Again, if you watch the video that I referred, you are going to see different sampling strategies. There are 4 type of probability sampling strategies, and also there are 4 type of non-probability sampling strategies. So which of these sampling strategies is the one that you are going to use to recruit your sample? Once you read or watch about these different sampling strategies, you will have a better understanding, and you will have an understanding of what type of sampling strategies will fit best to your population in this case. And then after defining your targeted sample and talking about your sampling strategy, you are going to talk about how many people there will be, if you know their age range, like if there is a target age range, race, education status, etc. So you are going to define who is going to be in your sample. All right. Now, after doing this 2 write-up activity, you can prepare for your quiz. In your quiz, there will be 16 questions, and you will have 32 minutes, which means you will have 2 minutes per question. But please make sure that you are well prepared before opening the quiz. Now I'm going to go over the study guide for that quiz, so you will have a better understanding what to study. So this is the study guide for the quiz. You need to know sampling types, sampling strategies, right? As I mentioned, there are 4 different probability sampling strategies, and there are 4 non-probability sampling strategies. Know difference between probability and non-probability, and know their subtypes. For example, what is simple random sampling? What is stratified random sampling? What is systematic random sampling? What is multi-cluster random sampling? You need to know these differences between these subtypes, and also non-probability sampling strategies. What is convenience sampling strategy? What's purposive sampling strategy? What is quota sampling strategy? All right. Now, after going over the sampling strategies, I want you to make some readings about the levels of measurement. I don't know if you see this before. There are probably in your previous classes you mentioned about different levels of measurement. Like nominal is literally identifier, like a person's name behind the jersey or a number behind the jersey. Number doesn't mean anything. It's not more or less. It's just an identifier, right? So that's nominal. But if there is ranking, like if there is more or less, for example, when you probably took a questionnaire before and it says how satisfied you are with the services, extremely satisfied, extremely dissatisfied. You know that extremely satisfied is more than dissatisfied. So there are more and less, there are rankings between that. And then this is the ordinal levels of measurement. In the ordinal, again, you will have rankings, you will have more, you will have less, etc. In the interval, you will have a range, right? A range of number that goes continuous. So it's more precise comparing to ordinal. It will have more categories, but it will not have true zero. To have true zero, you need to use ratio. In the ratio, you will have true zero. Again, it's continuous, and you will have true zero. All right, so now advantages, and you need to know the advantages of random sampling techniques. Why we are using random or probability, in other words. Probability is another word for random sampling techniques. So why we are using that? Why we are randomly choosing our sample? What is the benefit of this? So make some readings about that. Please know what is conceptualization. What is conceptualization? Why we are conceptualizing our, let's say, research question. What is operationalization? Why we are and how we are operationalizing a research question. So know the difference between conceptualization versus operationalization, and then know a little bit about reliability versus validity. What is reliability? Reliability means consistency. If your test consistently giving you the same results, like for the same people, that means your test is consistent, it's reliable. But the other important thing is validity. In other words, accuracy. Is it accurate or not? If it is measuring what is intended to measure, then it is accurate, right? So that's validity. Again, validity is accuracy, and reliability is consistency. In a dart, you saw the dart before, right? In the dart, if all of your arrows accumulated in the corner, that means you are reliable but not valid, because in order to be valid, it must be accumulated in the center, right? However, if it's close to center but it is distributed in a dispersed way, it's not accumulated, then you are accurate but you are not reliable. It's not always hitting to the center. It's like around it, it's accurate but it's not reliable. That's usually the example that's being used to identify, to explain reliability and validity. There are different types of reliability and validity. I want you to make some readings about different types of validity, like content validity, criterion validity, and concurrent validity. And also there are different reliability types, like test-retest reliability, inter-item reliability, alternate forms reliability. So please make some readings about these different types of validity and different types of reliability, and try to understand. So what is content validity? Why it is different than concurrent validity? What's test-retest validity? What's alternate forms? Sorry, what's test-retest reliability? What is the difference between test-retest reliability and alternate forms reliability? All right. Finally, the response rates are critical for any research. Why it is important? Why we value to the response rate? Why higher response rates are better for a research? Try to understand that. Okay? Is higher response rates means higher generalizability, lower generalizability? What does that mean? So try to understand that. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I am planning to get your feedback. It's really, really important, and and critical for me to modify the course, to make some changes in the course, and to keep the parts that are functional. So if there is anything functional, please let me know that there is anything that you took benefit of in the course. Please let me know so I can keep doing that. So I'm going to post a link this week or next week, and I want you to take that link and take that brief survey just to provide feedback to me. That will be anonymous. And if majority of the class feels that, you guys will get extra points for filling that questionnaire, because this is your learning environment and I value that and I want to enhance it, and I need your help to enhance that learning environment. So if you can, please help me on that. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I am hoping you a great rest of your week. See you all.